Welcome back to the Talk of Louisville. I'm Mike Mulrooney, and Kelly had to take off. She had to pick up her new baby. She, as all mothers can probably understand, it was the first day for her 3-month-old baby girl at daycare, so she wanted to go and pick her up. And you're not going to ask a 3-month-old how it went, but she's going to make sure everything was okay. Yeah. Before we get started today, our sponsor of the day, Christie's Cafe, amazing food, hometown feel. If you're not familiar with Christie's Cafe, you need to be. Her breakfast is unbelievable. Her cheeseburgers are phenomenal. They're not burgers that you just go buy in the store and pull out of the box. They're actually beef patties are amazing. And she also caters. So if you need any catering, I call her the angel of Dixie Highway. You would be surprised at the things she does in this area and doesn't really take credit for it because she doesn't want credit. She just likes to do it because she's out of the kindness of her heart. She's amazing. Check out Christie's Cafe. So today we have Nima in here. And Nima, I can't see your name. Asgari, is that how you say it?
Nima Asgari.
I didn't ask you. It's the first time we've met, so that's pretty cool. Olympus Gaming. You know, I don't get on that side of town much, but I was going down the road the other day and I saw it. And we reached out, and it's an amazing looking place. What is that? What is it? Arcade games, like an arcade, or what is it?
Yeah. So no arcade games. So it's an esports facility. Esports is basically competitive gaming in the sense of video games. It's been around for, I would say, the better half of 15 years now. It was taken off actually before COVID. And then once COVID happened, it kind of shut it down a little bit, just like everything else. But yeah, so video games. So state-of-the-art esports facility in terms of video games, consoles, PCs, you name it.
Are you in Louisville? Have you been around for a while in Louisville? I think JCPS just added esports gaming as a athletic function. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is that picking up? Do you have a lot of kids come, or people, I guess it'd be kids if they're in school, come and practice? I mean, is that a thing, practice gaming?
Yeah. So esports is actually a KHSAA recognized sport. And what's cool is all of the high schools, to my knowledge, if not most, have a esports club. These esports clubs generally, like, they set up in gyms, they set up in cafeterias where they roll out those TVs and such, and practice there because they don't have a esports facility, a room.
It's kind of like bowling. You can't bowl in a gym. Exactly. You have to rent a bowling alley to go practice.
Exactly.
I was going to ask this, but Ryan just told me in my ear that a friend of his just got a scholarship for esports. Is that like full scholarships or is they
full rides?
Really?
So Bellarmine has actually a full minor.
He just said it was Bellarmine.
Yeah. There you go. They have a full minor program for esports. They offer full rides. So does Spalding now. U of L is the only university, to my knowledge, actually, that does not. In Kentucky, Lake Cumberland, University of Lake Cumberland.
Why would U of L not offer that? They're like one of the top sports colleges in the country as far as facilities and everything else.
You and I are both.
Do they not classify it as sports? I guess because it's not physical activity. I can see. I don't know. It should be offered for sure because, you know, my son games and I've never gamed. I just never been into it. I used to play Atari back when I was younger, and Atari's way before I could tell you're pretty young. But I was told that even the military is hiring these gaming kids because drones, and before long, you're not going to have pilots in the air. The pilots are going to be sitting in an office directing a plane. Do you see that coming, I guess?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
they're building skills off of that.
It already has came, though. I mean, the military is not what we used to think of the military being. Like, it's not people who are always physically fit anymore. It's people who are good with computers. I mean, cyber warfare is a real thing. Those drones that we hear a lot about, they don't have a physical person in them. It's usually being controlled.
There's not a little person in those drones flying them around?
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Contradictory to popular belief.
Yeah.
It's just people behind a computer that know how to use it, how to utilize it. Actually, the military and the Marines are typically, not at our lounge, but typically they're one of the biggest sponsors of esport facilities and esport-related events.
Who is? The military?
And the Marines.
Wow. That's incredible. You know, I don't know who told me that. They told me that several years ago. But, you know, gaming is kind of the TV of our generation. When I grew up in the 80s, everybody watching too much TV. Now kids, all they do is game. But they're building a skill.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. My son had a flight simulator, and he was flying 747s in his bedroom. It was pretty cool. But I could see how that would go you're not putting a person at risk at that point.
No. Well, I don't know if you've ever had the chance to watch the movie Gran Turismo.
No, but I will.
Yeah, watch that movie, Gran Turismo. It's literally a movie based on this guy who he partook in eSims, so racing simulator. So basically, it's like a rig, and it has a bunch of TVs and a computer, and it has the paddles, it has the steering wheel, and you basically play it as if like you're really racing. And he played it so much, he got so good at it, he actually partook in the actual race.
Really?
Ended up winning the whole thing.
That's incredible.
And he had never been in the car beforehand or had any prior knowledge. He just did it on the game, and eventually somehow he got into the actual race. From winning so much, he got recognized in the game. So they invited him to the actual race. He raced in the actual car and ended up winning.
Huh. Gran Turismo. Is that what you said? I'll have to check it out.
Yep.
I've heard of that, but I didn't know what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
I fall asleep easy when I sit down for an extended period of time. So I'll have to work on that. But I'd like to watch that. It sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So your place, is it around Rockford Lane or in that area? What's the road it's on? Is that little cut through?
So Rockford Lane, but Rockford Plaza.
Okay.
So right where SEC Computers is, directly across from there, Rockford Automotive. We're right next to them, Rockford Laundry. So, yeah, right there.
We can pull the website up here in a minute, but is it full of computers? I mean, I need to stop by there. I'm very curious now. Is it set up like a gaming, like a lounge with recliners and things like that, or what's it look like?
We'd love to have you. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like, actually. It's set up like a gaming lounge with recliners and such. We have couches. We have 42 PCs. We have 3 different rooms that have 10 PCs in them each. Designed for different schools, different events, birthday parties, and so forth. And then we have about 11 computers on the outside. That's one of the rooms right there.
So that's one of the rooms in your building there?
Yeah. That's one of the
rooms. I'll pull it back up here in a minute.
There you go. That's it. And then on the outside, we got about 12 TVs, but in total we have about 20 TVs. We have 5 consoles as of right now. So yeah, I mean,
so this isn't like the arcades that we grew up playing Pac-Man and stuff like this. This is computers sitting around, people playing together. How does it work? Do you charge so much when you walk in the door per hour?
Good question. So actually, thanks to the city, we have to be a private club. Whole story behind that.
You selling alcohol or something?
No.
And why does I'll save my comments on the city for later, but I feel like sometimes they go out of their way to be difficult. Only reason I ask, if you're selling alcohol, I could see why they might say that, but
no, we were not selling alcohol, and actually we were just trying to be what we were trying to be, and they said we fall under adult entertainment, and long story short, we had to go under a private club. Anyway, there's a $15 one-time charge in order to be a club member. You have to pay it one time, said and done, and then from there on, we get your information, and then it's $10 an hour on anything, either on console or on PC. You just come and you pay $10 and play.
It says $99 a month. Is that all you can eat?
No, that's all you can play though. And the best.
Well, that's what I meant. All you can play. Yeah, that's your version of a buffet. Exactly. $90 a month. You can come in and play anytime.
And best part is it's actually 24/7. So quite literally, we have people that go to the facility when no one is there and they play, because our hours are only, we're closed Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and our hours are only 3 to 9 or 3 to 10 p.m. I apologize. And most people, when they game, they like to play late at night. Well, we can't be open late at night, so we give everyone 24/7 access if they're a member.
Will they walk in with a keypad or something? Have you had any problems with people doing that?
Mm-mm.
No. Sometimes people can be kind of shady, so I always ask.
They could. It helps that we have all their information, so we have their ID information, their card on file, their name, and so forth. So that kind of alleviates everything. We do like a minor little check beforehand to make sure, and then
is this a national chain, Olympus Gaming, or is this something you've seen other places and brought to Louisville?
It's
or is it just unique?
It's just unique, really. I've seen them in other parts of the world. Don't get me wrong. Gaming lounges have been around for as long as I can remember, probably 20, 25 years. Like I said, with esports becoming competitive now, they're making their way here. But other parts of the world, they're really where every kid goes. They go to have fun. They go to enjoy themselves. They go to socialize. I mean, think about it. Adults have bars, but where do kids have? Nowhere. They can't go to malls anymore. They can't go to State Fair anymore without adult supervision. Yeah. So just a fun, safe environment, really. And when I put it in, I think that's what Louisville was missing. So Yeah.
Has that been a good location over there for you all? It's not real high traffic,
Mm.
but I wasn't sure how well that was. I mean, obviously it is. How long y'all been around?
4 months.
Oh, okay.
4
I thought
months.
you'd been around longer than that.
No, 4 months. So very good question. Location-wise, no, not. It hasn't been the greatest as far as traffic.
Mhm.
Our walk-in part of our business didn't necessarily work. I don't know why, but it didn't have that much success. So we kind of changed a little bit on the back end with how our business model is, and we had to lean more into big events. Now, our big events do a lot better than I had ever imagined.
Something popped up on my Facebook the other day, and it looked like there was 200 people in there. I mean, do you get a huge crowd in there sometimes?
Yes.
What kind of events do you do? I mean, you like gaming events, tournaments? Okay.
Tournaments. So we do gaming tournaments. Our most notable one is Street Fighter, Tekken. We get people that come from Cleveland, Columbus, Tennessee.
So you're doing something right if you've only been doing this 4 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you get the word out to that? Do you allowed to do a lot of social media promotion or?
No, we actually have a $0 ad budget on purpose. I don't like spending money on ads. I think ads, if you spend money on them, it could be pointless. I like organic stuff, so just building that community up from the ground up. So just a lot of posting on social media organically. And one thing we do that's been really helpful is we bring a lot of TOs, which stands for tournament organizers. So typically what we do is we partner with them, give them a rate that is really beneficial, really, and they wouldn't be able to get that rate anywhere else for what we're offering. And then with that, they're able to bring their own crowd as well, which helps significantly. So they bring their own crowd in whatever game it is. They organize, they run the event, and we just serve as a venue because, truth be told, that's really our goal with Olympus, at least for right now, is just to serve as a venue. So just like how there's a bowling alley or a baseball field you go to play those sports, that's what we want to be. We just want to be the place you go to.
I guess you're a gamer. Have you been a gamer?
Sort of. I play Fortnite every other night with my little brother. I have a 10-year-old brother, so we play regularly. I played with my friends last weekend. That was fun. I had a gaming lounge back at home. And when I was younger, that's where me and my friends would go every single night. Iran. I'm originally Persian. So
I'd love to talk to you about that one day.
Heck yeah, would love to. But yeah, every single night we go to a gaming lounge. We eat there, we play there, we talk to our friends there, we socialize, and then we go home, get up, repeat, same thing. I like to think we all turned out okay. Yeah. And the odd thing is, like, the kids that made fun of us for going to these gaming lounges, they ended up getting in some hot stuff that they shouldn't have. But it was a good place, good, fun, safe environment where we got to go and have fun. And I think America, in particular Kentucky, really is missing that.
You have no accent. How long have you been in the U.S.?
15 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you've had time for the accent to go away. And you go home quite often?
I never had an accent.
Oh,
believe
really?
It or not. Believe it or not, I never had an accent.
I met a guy in an Uber the other day from Pakistan, and we had a great conversation. It was fantastic.
That's awesome.
Is gaming allowed in Iran?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go a different path, but I'm intrigued by that.
Gaming's allowed.
I mean, I didn't know you hear China blocking the internet and stuff like that. I didn't know, that you see ridiculous stuff on the news, but you can do everything over there.
Gaming is definitely allowed. There are some things that are blocked, but no, I mean, gaming is allowed. Esports, like I said. Matter of fact, I'd argue gaming is way more popular in the Middle East than it is anywhere here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the BS media sometimes, and they put bad stuff out there about other countries, and we all just want to live and get along. If we take our governments out of the picture, everybody would be fine.
We'd be good.
Well, that's interesting. We'll talk about that another time. But do you do birthday parties and things? Can you pay for a birthday party there? Is that what the separate rooms are? You said you had some rooms?
Yeah. So the 3 rooms that we have, that's exactly what they're designed for. They're designed to accommodate different events. We have a 289-person capacity. So
I was going to ask. So 289, that's good.
Yeah. It's a pretty large facility. Our birthday parties are going to be in the events/parties category. That's our Instagram. But there it is, the social media thing that I was telling you about, just consistent posting. Recently, we've been doing a lot of TikToks, and that's been doing extremely well.
We just got into TikToks. Ryan's been up. He clips these videos and posts them out there, and then we'll do a full episode. So
that's a good idea.
Fun. Yeah, we've had a lot of work. I don't know a lot about Twitch, but gamers are on Twitch. Do you do anything with that in the gaming Olympus or no?
Yes, actually. So with Twitch, we haven't done anything yet, but we're going to start an ambassador program that I haven't actually announced, but so I guess this is the first time.
Sorry about that. I didn't know. I'm just curious.
No, you're fine. Be happy to. But yeah, we're going to start an ambassador program where basically we're going to offer Kentucky creators a partnership opportunity where they could partner with our facility, and we could support them in editing. We could support them in facility. Equipment wise, we actually have some extra equipment that we could ship if it makes sense for the partnership to them so they could utilize it. But essentially trying to grow the esports scene in Kentucky as a whole. And by doing that, we're going to get a bunch of, like I said, ambassadors that are typical streamers, typical content creators, and be able to raise brand awareness. The whole idea is as they grow, we grow, and vice versa. And then to your question of birthday parties earlier, so we have 3 different rooms designated to that. Our birthday party packages start at $248. That includes 2 hours, 10 PCs. And we actually give like a free Capri Sun to each participant.
Yeah, that's very reasonable because, you rent a party room. That's about what it is anyway. And usually the kids are sitting around, don't have anything to do. So they sit and play. That's genius. We need to get that out there because I know a lot of people, especially on this end of town, are always looking for places to hold birthday parties.
Yeah.
Do you look at growth? Like you're going to expand, you're going to try another location in Louisville, or are you just going to stick with what you got?
I would love this to be a South End thing. Like I would love this to be South End built. To your point of getting things out there, we haven't really necessarily done a good job at that just yet ourselves. Part of that is because we don't want to spend money on ads, but also it takes time. It's time consuming to get all that stuff out there, the awareness, because we get people all the time that literally live like a block away, and they because the building we're at, let me preface this, has been vacant for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the area.
Exactly, the old mountains.
Yeah.
So we get people that just self-consciously have that in their brain, so they don't even bother to look at what's there now. So they come and they're like, oh, we didn't know this was here. This is awesome. This is that. So we got to do a better job of letting the community know that we're here. So all the things we've done all the way up until now has just been word of mouth. And honestly, it has had good success, but we got to grow that. One thing that I think you'll find interesting is we get more walk-ins from out-of-state people than we do in-state people. And 90% of the time, because we ask everyone, how'd you hear about us? 90% of the time, we looked up gaming lounge from the out-of-state people. The reason being is because out-of-state people are more familiar with the concept of a gaming lounge, like an esports facility with video games, whereas people in Louisville sometimes don't even know such thing could exist. So for us, one thing that we struggle with is letting them know, hey, like we do exist. This is a thing. This is like a model. This is a business that is really beneficial for the community as a whole because, like I said, it's a safe space, safe, fun environment where everyone could go to, not just kids.
Does your logo have esports on it somewhere?
Mm-mm.
Because I'll be honest, when I saw that, we have gaming facilities, but ours are charitable gaming that adults play. You got to be 21.
Right.
When I saw that, I thought it was a charity doing what we're doing, setting up a gaming facility.
Mm-mm.
So maybe we just can get that clarified out there and start sharing it out. So, when we started doing gaming, more and more charities, and I just assumed it was another gaming place for 21 and over.
No, and to that point, I didn't even think about that when I was like creating this because
it was about the same time we got started though, so you probably didn't see it around.
Yeah, and we were getting we get people all the time that think we are gaming in the sense that you guys are gaming that come to our facility and honestly the purple, the pink and the yellow don't help you either.
Yeah, ours is purple and orange.
Exactly. So it's like no, for that one you have to go down the street. This is just video games. There is no like financial thing or charity involved in it, and it's just leisure. So yeah, that's been an interesting thing that I've had to kind of.
Did you start this or do you have investors to help you get started?
No, it's just me.
I mean, because you got some expensive stuff in there.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I mean, obviously you got security, so you're going to break in, you're going to jail. But the only reason I point that out is because gaming machines are expensive.
They are
very expensive.
Very expensive.
Are they bolted to the table so nobody can walk out with them, or?
Not necessarily. Yeah, totally.
They are.
Totally, they're bolted to the table.
Everything's secure.
Yeah, everything is secure. No, we do have over like 20 cameras there, so that helps. We do have a security system. Thank God.
And the police is just down the street. So if you are thinking about that, they will be there in about 5 seconds.
They will. And we're good friends with them.
There you go.
They know us really well now. Matter of fact, speaking of the police, they're going to be there on the 24th. They're going to be at Olympus, Shively Police and Shively Fire. And it's a free day for the community to be involved.
Yeah.
So you come.
October 24th?
October 24th.
We'll have Ryan put that in the notes when we upload it. A very good friend of mine, Cody, is a Shively police officer. He looks like he's 12, but he's a very good friend of ours. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to make sure he knows about it. So that'd be fun.
That's awesome.
I've got an IT background. So do you have like file servers and stuff in there where the games are tied together?
Let me tell you this.
Or do they just play over the internet like they would at home?
That's a very good question. So we were supposed to invest in a server. I don't have an IT background. I have a consulting and real estate and business development background. So I came to find out the very hard way the servers are about $30,000.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So our internet is one of our biggest monthly expenses. So it's like the fastest internet you could possibly have.
Ryan just said in my ear, what kind of bandwidth do you have in that building? Is it a 5 gig pipe or
2 gig direct fiber?
Is it AT&T or Spectrum?
Spectrum, but it's not business. It's enterprise.
Okay.
So
it's dedicated. Yeah, we had Spectrum in here with our podcast and streaming. We had to stop it because it kept losing connection. Which is, we didn't want to go to enterprise because it's so expensive. Yeah, but obviously you need it for what you all do.
Yeah. So each PC actually has a 2 gig direct fiber port to it. So all the PCs are kind of individual PCs, really. So we operate them as such.
But they just play over the internet like they would at home.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, how does the licensing work on the games? Do you have to log in with your own personal Microsoft license or whatever game you're playing?
Licensing has been the hardest part. If you have your own account, you could log into it clearly. Most people like to do that because their skins, their saved data is on their own account. So we encourage that. Yep. However, if you don't, we have about 15 house accounts that we pay for monthly that we could log you into. And then any game you want to buy, we have to buy them individually per account.
I mean, I absolutely love this because my son plays video games and he sits in his room 24/7. And granted, the games they play, they got their headsets on, but you really have no face-to-face social interaction. So this is actually physically bringing people together, getting them out of their bedrooms or their basements and actually interacting a little bit.
Exactly.
Do you sell any drinks or anything, snacks for people?
Mm-hmm.
Soft drinks and things?
We got a stocked fridge full of soft drinks, snacks. We're actually permitted to do so as well. So anything you want is there. We have vending machines in case you don't like our snack selection with different selections.
Right.
So yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, that's incredible, man. Anything else that we're missing? I mean, you do birthday parties. You're having a big event on the 24th, kind of an open house kind of thing.
Yeah. 24th is come play with Shively PD, Shively Fire, for free for the community. Our next fighting tournament, which is usually pretty big, is November 1st. We're expecting around 150 people for that one. It's also like the community could participate on a buy-in process, so we give out cash prizes on those days. We have various other events that we host. Best way to find out about those is Olympus Lou, either on Facebook or Instagram. And yeah, that's pretty much really it. So.
Yeah, I have to talk to you one day about like a charity event. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know how it would work, but
yeah,
it'd be kind of neat. Do restaurants do restaurant days? Maybe we could do something like that. That'd be kind of fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not real good at video games, but I'd give it a try.
Yeah. The best part about video games though is like anybody could pick it up and learn.
Maybe.
No, I promise you. Anybody could pick it up and learn, and it does not discriminate. It doesn't care how old you are, what your race is, what your sex is. Like, I have kids who come in there quite literally like 7 years old who will sit there with a 40-year-old and beat them.
Oh, yeah.
And I also have 70-year-olds who come there and play with 20-year-olds and beat them. Yeah. So it's like it's just such a cool thing to see. Like, and no other capacity, no other sport, I think such thing exists, which is really cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, growing up, we just had the one controller with Ataris and then Intellivision and all that stuff come out. But I watched my son, and he's got, I don't know, some of the consoles have just multiple buttons, but he does it so fast. I don't know. I guess my brain doesn't work as fast as his, but it's very difficult for me. Actually, friends of mine, they used to play basketball, the NBA, and football, and there were so many plays. I just wasn't smart enough and fast enough to figure that stuff out.
No, you would. I promise. So some time and training. Actually, though, one thing that they're building while doing that, like you just said, your son, they're building hand-eye coordination and fine motor skills, which is very important. And take it from a failed dentist to know that. I actually wasn't going to be a good dentist because of my hand-eye coordination and my fine motor skills. So had I gained more, perhaps I could
have been a dentist.
Exactly. So,
but yeah, you said you're a realtor, right?
Yeah. So I've been with Homepage Realty for about 5 years now. I have my license with them. I don't really buy and sell houses as much anymore. I did that for the better half of 3 years, but now I just do it for friends and family. I keep my license active for consulting purposes. So I do real estate and business development consulting, which is where I think I'm more passionate about and what I'm really useful at.
If you're not a gamer, how did this come about? What was the idea?
Good question. Through the consulting, I get hired on to do different projects. So Olympus is one of the cool creations. I've helped with a project called Resort for Paws, which is like a pet resort in Clarksville, Indiana. It's like Marriott Marquis. Helped with numerous other smaller restaurants, different just projects in general. Sweat Society, if you ever heard of it, had some help with that. So what I do is I get hired on by people to look at buildings and come up with creative business ideas for them. Typically, they're higher risk, higher reward ideas, but my clientele is mainly investors. So it's people that are itching for these type of things where they're trying to target a higher margin because their industries that they're in, whether it's grocery, hotel, it's not answering as well. So they hire me, I come along, I give them 5 different ideas, of course, backed with research. And then from there, I can be as involved or as uninvolved as they want me to. So for this instance, this guy, he wanted me real involved. So he hired me for 1.5 years, quite literally 1.5 years, to focus in on this gaming lounge idea. After like 6 months, I realized he wasn't that confident in it. So I told him I'll do it 50-50 with him. I'll bring 50% of the money. He does it too. And the last day of the signing of everything, he backed out. Not to any fault of his own, it's business. His hotel wasn't selling, so he just didn't want to move forward with it. At that point, I had 1.5 years of research in it, which he paid me for, so it's all fair and good. I had secured him 10 high school partnerships, 10, like signed. 3 colleges at that point, Bellarmine, Spalding, and U of L, but U of L was on a club level, not a national, like a school level. Had them all those signatures. They were ready to partake once the facility was ready, which was going to be in December. Well, anyway, when he backed out, I let a month go by, and I remember what my mission was with this to begin with, which was to provide a fun, safe space for the community that they could enjoy at a reasonable cost. And I was in a position, fortunately enough, with real estate that I had done well, that I could use some of that money to build Olympus. And so I went to different banks, told them my idea. I went to 10 different ones. 9 of them said no until Independence Bank said yes. So shout out to Independence Bank. And they funded it. And here we are. So
yeah, because I can't imagine what it took to remodel and get all that stuff. Because if that building's set for 5 or 6 years, we've remodeled a couple for our deal stores, and they've been set the same for 3, 4, 5 years, and it was a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, my dad owns a construction company.
Well, there you go.
So that has helped. Shout out to Dad, Asgari Home Services. That he's been very helpful, and he has a crew and such. So that has helped in the renovating, but it has not been fun. It's actually been one of the hardest experiences of my life.
Yeah.
To this day, we sometimes have problems with it. And with all that equipment, you can imagine how that goes.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, what can you do? There's always hurdles, and if there wasn't hurdles, it wouldn't be worthwhile. So
yeah, that's true. Most computers, they don't take a lot of power once they're on, but getting them up and running and then the processing takes quite a bit because there's so much heat that's generated from them. I guess you got a good HVAC system in there.
I do.
All those computers, I guarantee, generate a ton of heat.
Oh yeah, the rooms could get
good now. It's getting cool outside.
Yes, thank God. The rooms could get pretty hot, especially if there's a lot of people in there. So like now we learned that we got to cap the rooms there's 10 computers, but we got to cap them at like 15 to 20 people because not only do you have the human heat, you have the computer heat, and then you have a closed space, and then the HVAC. I mean, it's good, but it could only do so much,
Yeah, my son's got his computer and stuff on and his gaming console and everything in his room. His room is fairly small. It's pretty good size, but he's complaining about the heat. I said, buddy, turn that stuff off and see what helps. And he did, and his room cooled down instantly. But I don't think anybody, especially, how many computers, 35?
42.
42? I can't imagine the heat that those generate.
Oh, they generate some heat.
Well, it's amazing. I'd never heard of you all. I just happened to ride by and see it.
Yeah.
It's an incredible space. I can't wait to go in and check it out.
Yeah.
and hopefully people start booking birthday parties and stuff.
Absolutely.
But I thought you've been there way longer than 4 months, so you're already having that kind of success. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
When you said the schools were ready to sign on, were they signing on so they can take their esports kids there to practice? Is that they don't have their own facility, I guess?
Exactly. That was the bridge we were gapping, is we were letting the schools come use our facility, so that way they don't have to worry about all the issues that they have by pulling those carts out, all the inconveniences. So they had just committed to using our facility for that, provided we were ready in time and such. Well, we ended up opening up on May 16th, and so that kind of hindered things. And with it hindering things, it's like schools were out. So by that time, you were a week out of schools being out. Sorry. And we were just like, you know what? At this point, it's kind of hard to like reach back out. And anytime we did, we didn't have success because they were trying to get out. Long story short, we kind of scrambled on the advertising and getting to let people know that, hey, we're here. And which we had to make some pivots and stuff. And who knows, maybe once the wording gets out properly, maybe the walk-in method would work. But as of right now, I just hadn't had too much success.
Well, let's try and get the word out. Let as many people know. Like I said, I know there's a ton of people looking for places to hold birthday parties, so I'll just start tagging you all every time I see that.
Please do,
and see if we can't get some business out there. But it's such an amazing concept.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope it does well for you.
Yeah.
OlympusLou.com?
Yeah, OlympusGamingLounge.com for our website.
Okay. You mentioned Olympus Lou earlier. That was your Facebook page or
That's
Instagram?
Facebook, Twitch. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Discord.
Well, thanks for coming in today. Great talking to you. And let's see if we can get a bunch of bodies in there.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.